Hello everybody, welcome to the site of Tokyo Station, more or less Nihonbashi, and that there is the torch tower. You see the picture here on the right, on the left side. That's what it's going to look like when it's completed, and this will become Tokyo's largest building, the tallest building I should say, 390 meters, 1,280 feet into the sky, quite high. I never thought that Tokyo would actually have skyscrapers this. They started construction today, according to an article from Kyoto News here, and they've been talking about this for quite a long time. And in fact, I made a live stream here from the Tokyo Station post office showing what it's going to look like on the skyline when they first announced the plans, and I can't believe it's finally here. They're starting the construction down there. I'm kind of excited about this. In this episode, I'm going to be taking you around this area. It is extremely exciting to see because it has changed quite a bit in just a little amount of time. I live not too far away. In fact, this is Chuoku, I believe, or Chodaku, I'm not sure. But Chuoku is my town, my neighborhood. So for me, this is my neighborhood changing. This used to be the Pasona building, and right here, this alleyway is going to be an entertainment area that's kind of combined with this. Let me just show you really quickly some of the features of this. I think I have a picture. This is what it's going to look like. This is what this is going to look like in 4 years. You see this? You see the left side is the right side and the right side is the left side because it's taken from the other side of the street. But this is pretty amazing, right? So what the torch tower is going to be, the one that's on the left side there, that looks pretty futuristic with ramps, looks highly accessible, and a lot of fun, a lot of green as well. The building on the right side is the one that I'm starting at. That's also the torch tower, and that's already been completed. Arthur Vandelay is here. Thank you, Arthur. So you can see it does look like a pretty fun place. Now, I thought that this torch tower on the left side here was quite high, and in fact it is. If you take a look up, it's pretty darn high. This is not even close to what the height of this building is going to be. This space that is blank is going to be filled with this. Check this out. It's a little blurry, I apologize. This is an older photo, but that looks really cool. This is actually like a sky deck that's supposed to look like an indoor park, or sorry, like an outdoor park indoors. And it's going to be a public space for everybody to kind of hang out in. At least that's their hope. They always write that, but it always ends up being not quite exactly in that image, but it looks really cool. That's the finished building. And you can see on the left side, that's the building that I just showed you right there. Yeah, this torch tower is going to dwarf that building you see on the left side. It's not even close. Oh my gosh, this is like one of those mega projects that you never think is actually going to happen until it starts, and that's what's happening right now. It's pretty incredible. Look at this, it looks pretty much like an amusement park. Look at that. This is this is going to be a shopping mall. It's right across the street from Tokyo Station, and it looks so cool. Let me see, maybe if I go up here, I'll keep the signal really strong. I want to show you where exactly I am on the map here. So this is Tokyo. This is the construction spot. This is the old Pasona building, which is still there, which is no longer there, I should say. There's the highway that's going to be going underground as part of the Nihonbashi revitalization project. Tokyo Torch Park is there. The building is, that low-rise building to the right of the blue circle, that's the part that's been demolished. That's now going to be the torch tower. And there's Tokyo Station right there, so close to Tokyo Station. This is the whole Yaesu, Nihonbashi, Marunouchi, Otemachi area of downtown Tokyo. You can see the Shinkansen tracks cutting right through it. So it's a super convenient place. That green patch is the Imperial Palace. So this is going to be an amazing place. In 2028, they say it's going to open. You pull in, you can see all of Tokyo. It's very central, very cool. Now this is going to be the tallest building in Japan when it's completed. But it used to be the Landmark Tower in Yokohama was the tallest building until it wasn't. Then the Harukas in Osaka ended up becoming, let's see, I got a picture of the Harukas here. Here it is. This ended up being Japan's tallest skyscraper. It looks like somebody's thumbnail there. It's a pretty tall building, the Harukas. I haven't been actually in there yet, but that was trumped by the Azabu Dai, which I believe I have a picture of. Where's that? Of this one here. This is now the tallest, currently the tallest skyscraper in Japan. The Azabu Dai, I believe it is, and it's 380 meters. And then when this building that I'm at right now is completed, it will become the highest. So nobody stays on the top forever, huh? This is what it looks like, that black building right there. That's the tallest building in Japan currently. It's pretty high. You can see it from quite a ways away, but it's dark, so it's hard to see at night. You can't really, I don't think it really sticks out too much. This torch tower, and here's a thumbnail, absolutely does stick out. It is a very remarkable looking thing, and I think they wanted to really make a statement with this. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take you, I think the signal's gonna be okay. What I wanna do is I wanna show you the Yaesu side of Tokyo Station for the record, and we're gonna go across the street and you'll see how this is just evolving. If you haven't been in Japan or Tokyo for the last 3-4 years, you're gonna see a remarkable change. It really is striking. To see here. By the way, as I'm walking to the other side, if you haven't already, definitely check out my latest video if you haven't already. I got a picture of it right here. Boom. This is the Hiroshima atomic bomb trains. Now, we all know that the Hiroshima was the site of the atomic bomb, and it's a really sad story. But I found one that wasn't so sad. This is actually an inspirational story in a way. Despite all the horror and tragedy that was around, Hiroden, which is the streetcar company, found a way to get the train tracks up and running 72 hours after the bomb. It's a story that we don't hear a lot about in the West. It's sort of unknown. But when I first heard this story and I realized that these trains that I'd been riding on were 80 years old, many of them were destroyed, burned out in the atomic bombing, were reconstructed, put back together, and now are still riding the rails? I had no idea. So it makes it a very unique attraction in its way because you can feel the history riding. This is car 653. I ride this in the episode. I had special access to film, as well as go to the Hiroden garage and talk with the company about the struggles that they had to rebuild the trains. And I even went underneath the train to take a look at the bogies and see how the condition of it is. It's a fascinating story with Sasaguchi-san, who's 92 years old. She was 14 at the time of the bombing, and she describes to us in great detail what it was like to live through the atomic bomb, the flash of light, the fire. She hit her back on her desk, jumping underneath it, and it hurt really badly, and that was the worst that she got. She woke up and, well, you're gonna have to hear the story from her. And leave me a comment below on that episode because I love hearing from you guys. This is on the main channel. We're now walking across the street, and already you can see there's a building in the center of your screen that was not there about a year ago. In fact, it wasn't there 6 months ago. It was recently completed about two months ago and had an opening event. There's some restaurants in the basement. Sort of connects with Yaichika. So I'm gonna turn now to the right, so to the left. Let's go to the left. And you'll see, I don't know what that building is, but it looks top secret. And this is the building that used to be a bunch of trees on the side of it. They'd renovated it while I was here, and then in 2016 they knocked it down, or 2017, right before the pandemic, and this thing went up real fast. This building's gonna be dwarfed with what's gonna be in the sky right here. And that space is where the construction is, right there. And there's the Shinkansen track over there. I filmed from the balcony about 15 minutes ago. I filmed this from the balcony, and you can see how close the Shinkansen tracks are just across there. So they're gonna have a pretty neat view. There's a Tohoku Shinkansen going by, the red and Toki green And I want to give you a little information on that Toki Green, which is the green side of it. I'm just mesmerized here that empty space is going to be filled with a mega building soon. That Tokiwa Green, you see that there? Tokiwa Green is the name of the bridge where this building is being constructed. All right, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool tidbit of information. Over there, that's Nihonbashi in this direction, and then right next to it is Tokiwa Bridge. And Tokiwa Bridge is a historic bridge that is next to the building, the Torch Tower. I think that was called the Tokiwa Tower, maybe. I forget the exact name of it, but I did a live stream at Tokiwa Bridge, and there's a park there that's really nice, filled with history. We're walking down in front of Tokyo Station. Hey, Ranjit's here. I saw that you got your postcard, buddy. And that, in fact, today and tomorrow morning is the last day to get the Hiroshima postcard. Do I have one on me? Yeah, for the, oh, I think I do. Oh, no, I don't. That postcard, I'm going to do another live stream tomorrow or tomorrow morning or tonight talking about the episode in Hiroshima. But this month's postcard for the Postcard Club is that train 653 going past the Genbaku Dome, which is the atomic bomb dome. I think it's a pretty symbolic postcard because it shows how history has passed by here in Japan and how they kind of protect it in a way that I really like. It just has a lot of meaning. And the last thing that I say in the video is that when that streetcar rolls down Hiroshima, the streets there, it is a way also for us not to forget those that lost their lives on that train. There are people in that train. Same with 651. 89 people lost their lives with the driver. One person survived. So you're going to want to watch that episode. Thanks, guys, for leaving me a comment and clicking the like button and all that stuff. All right, this is another skyscraper, which is going to be going up. This is called Yaesu Midtown. This was not here very long, too long ago. And in the basement, we have restaurants. I guess there's some shops up there on the 6th floor and a deck that you can see into the Shinkansen that I heard. Isn't Sarah Beth's, don't they make pound cake or something? I always wondered about that. What is it? Louis Vuitton or one of the big luxury brands is making a hotel there. And it's going to be on the top floor. The thing is, this building, you know, the construction in Japan is just ridiculously fast. And this is going to be completed so darn quick. Historically, just for the record, that building in the center of your screen is a holdout. They did not sell. They decided, no, we're not going to sell out to your project people. The value of this property is going to be gold even more after the building's completed. So they decided to keep it there, and this is like a pawn shop. All right, discount ticket and pawn shop figures. And this little teeny building that's 3-4 stories high is right in front of this mega skyscraper. It's kind of funny. They couldn't let the project hang, so they just built around it. You got to respect those that hold on to their old properties. I'm kind of sad about the Yaesu side of Tokyo Station because back in here, and we're gonna cross the street. Cross the street here. Well, they really have a lot of passion with the cars out. It's love for you. On the other side of this is Yaesu, and this is what was called Sakura Dori. And I was here about 6 months ago, a little bit longer than that, to do a live stream. And you can see Sarah Betts is a cafe with dessert, cocktails, coffee, and food. Oh, interesting. I always thought that they had frozen pound cake in the 1980s. Oh, was that Sara Lee, maybe? I don't know. Sarah Betts, Sara Lee. Here's that building right here. You can see they have discounted tickets, and for example, you can get a ticket discounted 400 yen if you're going to Kyoto on the Shinkansen. If you buy it here, you get it for 1,200 and 12,920 yen, which is 400 yen off of the real price of 13,320. Gosh, numbers are hard. And the further you go, the bigger the discount. They also have discounts on airfare too, so they buy it in bulk and get discounts. So you might want to think about that if you want to save a little bit of money. Here's the time and temperature. Oh, you can still get frozen Sara Lee pound cake? Really? This used to be filled with sakura trees, and they've cut all of the sakura trees out. And this is, I'm hoping that they bring it back, because how can this be called sakura dori and not have sakura trees? Right? It says sakura dori right there. Obviously, you need to have sakura trees down sakura dori. They do, I'll bet, down at the end here, but the point is, this area behind here in Yaesu has utterly and tragically altered too quickly towards something weird. In the distance there, you can see a early 20th century building. That's the Mitsukoshi department. Is it Mitsukoshi or Matsuzakaya? I always get them mixed up. I believe that's the Matsuzakaya department store, which is an old fixture here in the Nihonbashi side of Tokyo Station. They have a beer garden on the roof in the summer. I don't know if it's there right now. Maybe because it's Oktoberfest. It's possible. Graham, they're actually cherry blossom trees. There's no cherries that grow on them. That's why I think it might be better just to call them sakura trees, but not too long ago I did an episode on the oldest, not the 1,000-year-old sakura tree that I believe is the emblem, one of the symbols of Japan. This tree is a symbol of Japan, and the Mihara Zakura, which is in Fukushima. It is a massive 1,000-year-old cherry blossom tree that's pink when it first blossoms and changes from pink to white. And it's just an extraordinary tree that's has a lot of history, and I made an episode there that almost nobody watched. But I mean, who watches an episode about a tree? I made it, so. Sometimes it happens. All right, here's where the sakura tree stuff. They used to close down this tree in March, and people could sit underneath there with blue sheets and celebrate cherry blossoms at 5 p.m. But they stopped doing that. I guess it had to do with this construction of this building here. But this is going to be a massive addition to Yaesu. And the thing is, it's going to bring in more people too, because they got to fill this up with offices and stuff. So I'm guessing they're pretty optimistic about the economy of East Asia. I'm not sure I share that. All of these buildings here were back in the Showa period, and a lot of them have been destroyed, in particular on this side. So if you walk down it, there are a lot of little izakayas with oyaji, like guys in their 40s and 50s drinking booze and getting wasted. That's gone. Used to be like this weird shrimp truck that went back and forth. That's gone. So old restaurants. Maybe they're getting spots in the side of the skyscraper. I'm not sure. Be interesting to figure this out. We're going to walk a little bit further, and I'm going to take you to the newest edition, which is complete. Now, as I was telling you, the Harukas used to be the tallest building, and then the Azabudai building is now the new #1. Right there. Look at how it dwarfs Tokyo Tower, which is, I think, 330 meters high. Now, how high is Tokyo Tower? I forget, I think it was 330. So the Azabudai building right there is 380 meters high, so it's 50 meters higher than Tokyo Tower. Sorry, Tokyo Skytree is the tallest freestanding tower in the world. But it's interesting how Tokyo has evolved from being a city with very few skyscrapers. Tokyo had very few skyscrapers. We had, before Roppongi Midtown and Roppongi Hills were built, when I came to Japan, and Shiodome. When I came here to Tokyo, there weren't a lot in 1998. Then Shiodome started. That was around 2000. I remember the skyscrapers came up near Shimbashi. Then there were skyscrapers that popped up in Roppongi. Roppongi didn't have many tall buildings at all back then. It was a really low place until Mori Tower and Roppongi Hills and Roppongi Midtown came in the early 2000s as well. Now we have Shibuya, if you guys have ever been there. If you go to Hachiko Scramble, holy macaroni. It is filled with skyscrapers. They're not as tall. I don't think they need to be because the land is a little bit weird over there. It's the Shibuya River used to be an awful place to have to build because it's really low. If you remember the Ginza line, if you're thinking about the Tokyo geography, the Ginza line comes out, in Omotesando, it's underground, okay? And then when you go to the next station on the Ginza line, you come out of the underground into above ground. And then you're like on the second floor of a department store. And that used to be, we're gonna walk around the building here. That used to be Shibuya Station for the Ginza line. It was above ground, so you could see that the subway didn't go further up or down, it stayed the same level. So it shows that Shibuya is actually in a valley, and it makes it really hard to build there until recently when engineering innovations made it a little bit easier to construct. And now you're going to be seeing in 2024, most of that's going to be completed and all that construction is going to melt away, and we're going to be left with quite an extraordinary part of the city in Shibuya. Thank goodness, because it's been a disaster since 2016. So it's going to be like 8 years of construction. That's Tokyo Station right in front of us. We get a little better view. But you can see here now the skyscraper is going up, and this should be completed. And by, I think, the end of the year, we'll see the top of it. It'll top out. They had a pop-up shop where I got a burger once, and it was maybe not one of the best burgers I ever had. It was kind of dry. Oh, this is where you can get the Busta Narita from here. You get the Keisei Busta Narita. They used to be on the other side, but now it's in front of Tokyo Station. I think this used to be the 1,000 yen bus, but now it's 1,200 yen. They raised the price. It's still cheaper than the JR, but is it? I think the JR bus is 1,300 yen. Prices went up, inflation. Ben is here. Ben Featherstone, thank you for all you do, John. Stay safe. Thank you, Ben. Hey, Ranjit, it's a little bit late for coffee, but I'm gonna use that tonight or tomorrow morning then, when I do the Hiroshima director's cut, talking about that experience there. It's still surreal. I watched that episode and I was in tears editing it. It was a hard edit to do. Her interview was an hour long so I'm thinking of putting the uncut interview onto the internets. Let's see here, I can walk across the street. This is the Yaesu Midtown right there. This is the Yanmar. I think that's a construction company or a machinery company. Yanmar. And then behind there is the Yaesu Hills, which is part of the Roppongi Hills, the Yaesu Midtown, which is like the Roppongi Midtown, the Hibiya Midtown, and now we have the Yaesu Midtown up here. So they've been making these buildings. And then of course there's Tokyo Station. I cross the street. The stabilization's really good. I'm walking fast. I have the in-camera stabilization, which crops in a little bit, but that's buttery smooth. Wow. This exterior of Tokyo Station also has been, oh, hello. Hi. Oh, from Hawaii. Hey, aloha.
Aloha.
Welcome. Yeah.
How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm actually live. Is that okay? Oh, sorry. Oh, wow.
Oh, how cool.
Have you just arrived?
No, we... Oh, where was that?
Oh, here you guys go. You found me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It started out at Hokkaido.
Oh,
And we've been
Hokkaido.
going all over the place.
Oh,
We've
wow.
got 6 more days here.
How was the weather up there? Cooler.
Oh,
It's nice, yeah.
but this is nice. It's not too bad.
Humidity melted away. It's
Yeah.
it's pretty bearable now. Thank goodness.
There's a little something.
Oh, hey, macadamia nuts. Oh, wow. We got a lot of Hawaiians watching because of the time of day right now. I think everyone on the West Coast is asleep. Oh, yeah, these are the caramel ones. I saw these when I was in the Don Quixote and near Maui.
You in Hawaii when you went to Honolulu.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll be back there soon. Oh, look at this.
Gosh, you lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, I did lose a little bit.
Is it because of the summer?
I started to fast. I don't eat breakfast. So I eat dinner at around 5:30, and then I don't eat again until around 12:30. I'm not really that hungry anymore.
The summer's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it. After the pandemic, I could have used a little bit. Now I'm taking it the distance now. I feel like I'm 20 years old again.
I know. I'm like, is that
No,
take this, right? Or maybe on TV you're a little bit.
it puts on a little bit of weight, I think, the lens. Oh, yeah, oh, wow. Oh, great. Well, I'll share this with Kanai if you don't mind.
Yes.
Look at this one here.
And you have the cutest son.
A little Leo, yeah.
Dolly. If you ever come to Maui, come and see us.
Oh, sure.
We'll have to get onto your patron somehow. We don't know how to do that.
Oh, yeah, or we have a Discord server. Discord, you can, I think we've got most of the communities in there writing to each other about Japan and stuff. So that's a place, that's where to do it, or Patreon, or I sometimes scout out the Instagram mail. I think there's an email link in the YouTube website, YouTube hub main page. I think if you click that, you have to show you're not a robot, and I think you can send me an email.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be back in Hawaii. I've brought Brandy and Michael Sassano. We'll probably do a barbecue in the Magic Island area there or something.
We're on Maui.
Oh, Maui.
You gotta come to Maui.
Right. How is everything over there?
It's okay. Except for Lahaina. You know where the locals live, Lahaina Front Street area.
Right.
But they're opening up, I believe it's October 8th, and they're opening up past, that'll be Kapalua, you know, like the Ritz-Carlton and
Oh, right.
all those big hotels. They were not affected at all.
Oh, on that side.
Yeah, on that side. And then when you're coming to Lahaina, Front Street, that all burnt down and it went clear up to the mountain, you know.
We live in Wailuku.
But we live,
This is closer
yeah,
to the airport.
yeah,
So
we live
we're
like
unaffected.
10 minutes from the airport, and we're in the mountains. So Wailuku and all of Kahului and upcountry is fine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be there. I'll bring Kanai and Leo. That's what we're talking about for much longer. Because I grew up on the east side of the U.S., so Hawaii seems mentally further away than Japan to me because it's Hawaii.
I get you.
It just feels like that.
That's why we come to Japan, because it's so easy. Instead of going, you know, to the east,
To the mainland to come to.
yeah, we come to Japan.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but come look us up.
Oh, sure, sure. Well, we'll be there next year for sure. I know that we're talking about it all the time. We have so many viewers that are in Hawaii as well. So I think we had like 30, 40 people show up for a quick meet and greet. So we feels like a family on Oahu.
Yes.
So now to go find our Maui family, huh?
And we seen you go for the fireworks.
Right.
We're like, oh wow, we're going.
Oh, you missed it by a few weeks too. The fireworks trip was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. How often do you come to Japan?
Maybe this is twice in 1 year.
Okay. Well, they just opened up, so yeah.
Yeah, we did a cruise and then we're doing this trip. But yeah, altogether it's been pretty
4 times. Oh, great.
In fact, we went to Ginza in Yamagata. We saw.
Oh, you went to Ginzan?
Yeah, but we went before everybody else was going.
Yeah.
Ah.
Before
And you know,
Now it's crazy.
yeah.
I know.
And you know that one sign that your wife was trying to read?
Right.
That's the hotel we stayed at.
Oh,
see, we
wow.
say
Okay.
That. We're like, it's our
How did you get it? People have been writing me. They can't get reservations to
Yeah,
go
it's
into the
hard.
places. You have to call them.
Yes.
Yes.
It's old school Ginzan Onsen. You have to call them
Yeah.
to get the information.
Right.
So that's the best way. Old school. Or fax them. Fax
Well,
machines.
We found it. We got to Tokyo, and then we just went to the tourist center.
Right.
And I had this magazine, and I said, I want to go here. And she's like, you want to go here? Most Tokyo people don't go all that way. I'm like, we want to go there for that
Yeah.
Kasheki doll. Am I saying that right?
Kosei. Kaisei.
Kasheki.
Kaiseki ryori? Kaiseki.
The
Kuzi.
doll.
The what?
You know their doll that
Oh.
they're known for.
Oh, right. The,
Tokeshi.
Kokeshi.
Kokeshi.
Kokeshi, yeah. Did you get a
The
Kokeshi?
Japanese-
Yeah.
Oh, I
did,
love
yeah.
those.
Yeah, I
They
did
make
too.
good ones there.
Yes,
Yeah,
the
'cause
original.
The Carver's has a store there.
Right.
you passed the store.
What is it, like a 3rd or 4th generation, I think?
Yes,
Yeah.
making those dolls.
He was in the video, right? The same guy?
Yeah.
Well, he was in your video. You know, when you walk by,
Right.
his video taking the store. I'm like, that's the store.
That's the store.
And we hiked to the mine.
Oh, you
We
did?
went
Yeah.
all the
Silver
way.
mine.
Yeah, you
know
couldn't
where
because it was too
They
snowy.
said it
That
was
that as well, yeah.
But we went all the way. It's beautiful going all the way up.
I've been there 3 times, and I think it's time for a 4th time now. But not go in winter. Try to go to Ginzan in the fall or the spring.
Yes.
Might be better. It's really
About an hour
hard.
would be perfect.
Right, and very crowded. You're actually probably lucky to get a room.
Yeah, we beat the
I
crowd.
think you absolutely
we just
did.
came from Asimoshi Onsen in
Oh,
Omori.
yeah.
That's where we stayed the night.
Oh, okay. You got the so that's where you're coming back from the Shinkansen from.
Yes.
4-hour Shinkansen trip.
Right.
Oh gosh, you're probably tired.
We're doing day trips all over the place.
That's a good thing with the Shinkansen. You can do that.
Do you know
Well, I
where
don't wanna take a
where the Kale Pretzel Inn? It's supposed to be on here.
I think so. Yeah. Most of the hotels are in this way. This is all really construction. That's what I'm doing today, showing all the construction going on here.
Yeah, I think we have to get across the street.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everything's new here. It's kind of neat. It might be on the other side of this building, actually, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Just go down here.
I think so.
Nice meeting you.
You're welcome. Nice to meet you guys too. Thanks for the chocolates.
You're welcome.
Bye bye. Mahalo. That's so cool. So it feels like we have everywhere we go. We're always bumping in from Hawaiians that are here, people living on all the islands. But I'm just glad to hear that they're doing okay, because what's going on, what had been going on in Maui, everybody knows about that. And it was just mostly one side of an island, but it's good to hear that they're getting back to business. That was just a tragedy. It's America. All right, everybody. That's about all that I have. I kept on streaming anyways here. Thanks so much for the super chat. I can't quite understand it. It says here 9090. So I appreciate that very much for the super sticker. By the way, if you haven't already, this episode is out, the Hiroshima atomic bomb trains. But also on top of that, there's another episode that's coming out next week, which is going to be on the Japanese samurai armored racing and battle royale. It sounds really exciting, because it is. This is Soma no Maoi, and that video is done. I've been really busy. It's just taking a lot of time to the little details. That video is 25 minutes long. The Hiroshima one is 20 minutes long. The Tokyo firebombing episode is like 20 minutes, 25 minutes long. These episodes are kind of long in the tooth, but it's hard. How do you cut an interview like that? How do you cut that? You can't. It's such vital information, right? Jared, share the aloha. Hey, Jared's here. How you doing? Oh, hello. And this is where you would get the Toika pass, by the way, if you need an IC card. Straight in the Yaesu North entrance, and then on the left side, from there, you can see the ticket booth. All right, let's move on to my bicycle. I got to get back and get Leo his dinner. Leo and Kanai. Graham is here. Thank you, Graham Jones, for thanking me for the great walk. It's only a great walk if you guys are here with me, enjoying it too. But just to reiterate here, everything in this area has changed quite a bit. You can see the skyscrapers are changing the way that the skyline is looking, and it's just really amazing to see. Here's where I am right now. By the way, they've already started the Nihonbashi revitalization, or they're redoing it and putting it underground. So the construction around the Nihonbashi area is going to be going on for the next 5 years. It's going to be pretty crazy down there, but it's still a really nice. The end result's going to be really nice. When you combine that with 2030, with the new Shinkansen line coming and all the other changes, there's a lot of stuff to be excited about with Japan. And as somebody who lives here for 25 years, I've seen it change from one generation to the next and now to the next. And this Reiwa period is super exciting already. There's still some challenges. The population is declining. We're very top heavy in those over the age of 65. Not enough people are having kids. There's incentives to do that. They're giving us a lot of nice bonus thingies because we had a child, and I think there's even more incentives to have kids now. It's just really expensive in Japan with all of you have to go to juku, you have to go to special schools, you have to pay for so many. It's like that in every country, but Japan is cheaper than the US and the UK maybe, but more expensive than Europe, somewhere in between perhaps. And we're following along Tokyo Station to the Nihonbashi entrance to end the live stream where we started. I don't know what that building is right there with the crane. They've been working on that for a long time. Oh, I shouldn't tell you guys this, but there is a old izakaya down this alley that I did for NHK Tokyo Eye called Fugu. And I remember I took a famous Indian director, Bollywood director there for dinner with Hakuhoro, which is an advertising company, to talk about a movie. I haven't been back there since. I think that was 2016. I don't think the movie ever got the budget. They were going to make a remake of a Bollywood movie called Love in Tokyo before the Olympics. I don't think they ever got the money to produce it, so he never came back. But he was a super famous director, and I'm in his presence. And yeah, I didn't know who he was at the time, so I treated him like everybody else. But he was a super VIP. It's pretty incredible. All right, I live here, so I can park here. All right, everybody, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Thanks for joining me on this walking adventure. Now in the corner of Soto Boridori and this road leading to Otemachi. And right there, you see that empty space that void will be filled in a few years. In fact, in just a year, we'll have a nub of a building, and you will see this in 2024, 2025. Everybody who rides the Shinkansen and coming to Tokyo Station is going to notice the Torch Tower in all its glory. Look at that. She's going to be right there, and you're going to love it because it's got a huge deck here that looks surreal. I'm going to love it too. All right, everybody. See you later. Mata ne. Go watch the video. Bye-bye.